Good evening and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News at 7. I am Ebunlomo Adekunle. Some prominent Nigerians led by elder statesman Edwin Clark are demanding the President Goodluck Jonathan declares a full-scale emergency rule in all three northeastern states ravaged by Boko Haram. Members, Congress for Equality and Change said at a news conference in Abuja that it would be better to appoint military administrators for the states rather than extend the state of emergency. The call is coming a day after Jonathan sought to extend emergency rule in Adamawa, Borno and Yobe states for the third time since May last year. Pius Samuel has details.
The meeting recommends the appointment of military administrators to take charge of the affected states, to call on the Nigerian Armed Forces to adopt more effective tactics aimed at curtailing and ending the activities of the insurgents and to preserve the image and dignity of the armed forces.
All we are saying is that there should be a total state of emergency, not only in Adamawa, Yobe and Borno, where a senior military or retired military officer will be appointed until the war is over, who will be communicating with Mr. President directly and not through a state governor. That's what we are saying about.
Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka says the federal government's effort aimed at rescuing the Chibok girls and the approach towards the fight against insurgents is poor. Soyinka, who spoke at the 28th convocation ceremony of the University of Ibadan, says the government should do more and stop embarrassing the nation.
We're sitting here under a cloud of a sense of impotence, of déjà vu, of what you might say, of a calamity that was not without notice and whose myriad causes are quite discernible. This cloud is made up, as I said, of a sense of humiliation. We sent our children out on an errand, and they did not come back. The errand on which we sent them is what we are celebrating today. This is what creates this festive atmosphere. But our protagonists, our young protagonists, went on that errand. We gathered them together in preparation for this day, and they never came back. It is something we cannot allow ourselves to forget. The arts, whatever, we're dealing with a monstrosity that repudiates even the pursuit of all these edges towards the enlightenment of the mind. Yet had a leadership which kept saying, oh, please talk to us. Let us negotiate. Talk to us. What do you want? What is it you need? We'll supply it to you. Come to the table. You've been offended. We'll try and make amends. Please forgive and forget.
Ekiti State is once again in the news for a disturbing reason. This time around, lawmakers belonging to the People's Democratic Party convened plenary amidst watertight security and behind closed door to confirm 3 commissioner nominees and approved 12 special advisors listed by Governor Ayodele Fayose. The APC, which has 19 out of the 26 members in the House of Assembly, is already crying blue murder on the development. Rashid has the details.
The crisis rocking the State House of Assembly took a new twist as members belonging to the People's Democratic Party converged for plenary. The 7 PDP lawmakers met behind closed door amidst tight security while journalists were barred from covering the session. At the end of the session, 3 commissioner nominees were confirmed alongside the approval of 12 special advisors. The PDP lawmakers also gave the governor go-ahead to inaugurate caretaker officials for the 16 local government areas of the state. The APC in the state described the development as a rape on the constitution.
The governor has sent a letter to the House that has been read in our last sitting of 11th November and the continuation of the program is what we have just done.
The battalion of soldiers and the security men, the police, the SSS, and the men of the civil defense that we saw at the House of Assembly today, it's like a coup d'etat. A coup has just taken place in Ekiti.
What should normally constitute a quorum in a 26-man legislative house also became a subject of heated argument between the PDP lawmakers and the APC.
7th member PDP House of Assembly sat, and if you can get us, let them come out boldly in the face of reality, in the face of sincerity. Let them show us the video coverage. That I will tell you, there are a lot of impersonation going on.
The quorum was solved.
Actually, you can see even the Constitution explains very clearly that if the quorum is even 7 without any observation, you can go ahead, and that there wasn't any observation, and we met the prerequisite or the necessary.
The place of the Speaker and the House leadership is also bringing additional reports from the opposing sides.
We are very sure of the 19th APC House of Assembly member in the House of Assembly. We are very sure that the House has been adjourned till a later date. We are very sure that Mr. Speaker has not called any member of the House to resume a plenary session. We are very sure the clerk of the House, who is the administrative officer of the House, had not in any way sent any message through Mr. Speaker to any member of the House. All the things that transpired in the House of Assembly today was planned, was orchestrated, was manipulated, was implemented, and was sponsored, adequately sponsored by the executive arm of government.
Mr. Speaker was absent, yes, because he went on a special assignment. The Deputy Speaker was absent because he too went on an electoral campaign. And the House Section 27 of the Standing Order empowers us to nominate Speaker Tempora to act on behalf of Mr. Speaker.
Again, Ekiti State is in the eyes of the storm, as the end of the unfolding drama is surely not in sight. Rashid, TV News, Ado Ekiti.
Speaker of the House of Representatives Aminu Tambuwal has withdrawn one of the suits he filed against the Attorney General of the Federation and the Inspector General of Police over withdrawal of his security details. The suit was struck out by a Federal High Court in Abuja following an oral application by one of Tambuwal's lawyers, Tunji Abayomi, to withdraw the suit. He told the court that the Speaker instructed him to do so. Justice Ahmed Mohammed subsequently struck out the suit, but also fixed November 27th for hearing on an amendment filed by the Speaker, Aminu Tambuwal.
Representing the plaintiffs, and we're of the view at the end of the day that we need to streamline the matter really in controversy. What is the matter in controversy? It is, simply put, has the Inspector General of Police the power to constitute himself into a court and decide whose office whose tenure has expired? Can PDP or any other person take the laws into their hands and say, well, they are determining the tenure of the Speaker of the House of Representatives? So this is the lone issue before the court, and let us hear what the court will say.
The Speaker brought an application to amend his case, which would not object. That has been amended, and we are entitled to make a consequential amendment within 7 days. So the case has been adjourned to 28th of this month for hearing.
Isn't this another way to buy time?
If it is to buy time, you know who is buying time. It is a person who is always amending that is buying time. We are ready. We have not brought an application to amend anything. So if they are ready today, we are ready today.
A federal high court in Lagos has ruled that former aviation minister Femi Fani-Kayode has a case to answer on the charges of money laundering preferred against him by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. A federal high court in Lagos has ruled that former aviation minister Fani-Kayode has a case to answer. A federal high court, Justice Rita Ofili Aju Mogobia, ordered Fani-Kayode to prepare his defense on counts 25 and 26 of the charges filed against him. She, however, discharged and acquitted him on all other counts. Fani-Kayode was arraigned on an amended 40-count charge bordering on money laundering to the tune of about 100 million naira. But after the EFCC had concluded its case, the former minister decided not to put in a defense and instead filed a no-case submission. Fani-Kayode submitted that the commission failed to establish a prima facie case of fraud against him, but EFCC urged the court to dismiss the submission on the grounds that it was frivolous. Justice Ajumogobia adjourned the matter till December 5 for continuation of trial. A legal practitioner, Monday Ubani, and a public affairs analyst, Yinka Udumaki, have commended the federal government over the proposed austerity measures in the face of the downturn in the prices of crude oil around the world. They welcomed the development as a good initiative and stressed that inability to quickly curtail economic wastes could go as far as mortgaging the future of the country.
The political elites live in luxury. They live in opulent, what they call opulent, obscene wealth. They enjoy pleasure, If you see when they are going on the road, you see how many cars that are following them. You see how many security agencies that are following them, including an ambulance, in case, even doctors following them in case they fall sick along the way. So this issue of luxury, to a political elite, to the detriment of the masses, has always been there.
Now what's happening now, the drop in oil prices, is a rude awakening that every day is not Christmas, and that plenty can become empty. So if we do not understand how to tighten our belts, to diversify and begin to look at other areas of getting resources rather than living on oil receipt, we cannot make it. There's no country that has made great wealth by doing this rentier economy that we're doing, just collecting oil rent.
The presidency is set to present pictorial evidence of the first-term achievements of President Goodluck Jonathan ahead the 2015 presidential election. Special advisor to the president on social development, Sarah Payne, says the achievements will be presented to the public in an exhibition format. She says the event will highlight major successes of the Jonathan administration with a view to clearing all doubts over his performance.
The people are well informed about the activities of government to enable them express opinions that should influence further government action. The purpose of the exhibition to be declared open by the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria on Thursday, 18th December 2014, is to bring the milestone achievements of the last 4 years to a clear perspective to the nation and the international community, giving them the right not only to know, but to equip them to make their subsequent decisions and contributions to any national discourse based on knowledge.
Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has handed over the presidential nomination forms he picked up at the beginning of the month to the national leadership of the All Progressives Congress. The presidential aspirant, who was the first to collect the form, was accompanied by a number of APC functionaries to submit the two forms at the party secretariat in Abuja. Speaking at the brief event, the former vice president pledged to remain loyal to the party regardless of the outcome of the primaries.
Thank you, the party, for the opportunity given us, first of all, as the first to collect these forms. I also want want to thank you for the opportunity again to be the first to return the funds. And let me assure you, Mr. Chairman, we will continue to be loyal and dedicated party members, no matter the outcome of this.
First, to take your funds. First, to return your funds. What one can say about that is that you have properly exemplified what the APC stands for today. Thoroughly organized, well organized, and seeking to be the first in everything. Putting this country first, putting first as its first priority the welfare of the people of this country. That is what your action today has exemplified for the nation generally.
Thank you, sir.
It's the CoreTV News at 7. We take a break and we'll return with more stories. Stay with us.
I no longer worry about deodorant stains with Nivea Invisible for black and white deodorant. No white marks on black and no yellow stains on white. My black stays black and white stays white longer. And I stay 48 hours protected. New Invisible for black and white deodorant from Nivea.
Also available, Nivea Men Invisible for black and white deodorant from Nivea Men.
Lagos, get ready to experience a roller coaster beyond what you knew about Fuji.
That's right.
K1 Live Unusual Concert. It's Fuji Redefined by the king of Fuji himself, King Wasiu Ayinde Marshall, the ultimate. With breathtaking performances from Lagbaja, Tubaba, Victor Laya, DJ Jimmy Jat, Olamide, Sasha P, Honeybee, and many more. K1 Live Unusual, 21st of November at the Eco Hotel Convention Center. Hosted by King of Comedy, Alibaba, and Comedy by Bucci. Red carpet starts at 7 p.m. Tickets 10,000. Premium table 1 million. VIP table 2 million. State box 5 million.
Think you can handle it?
Tickets available at Niger Ticket Shop outlets in the Hotel and Suites, Silverbed Cinemas in VI, Ikeja City Mall and Ozone Cinema in Yaba, or online at NigerTicketShop.com. For table bookings, call 09025 K1 Live or 0902-551-5483. Email glproductions@sodiumng.com. Supported by Lagos State Government, Lassa, Beat, Niger, Classic FM, Hip TV, Ray Power, Kenny's Music, Prime Time, BHM, Mega Screen, and EEC. K1 Live Unusual.
Get down.
Fuji Redefined.
Thank you for being there. As the year draws to a close, the Federal Road Safety Corps in Lagos says motorists must steer clear of alcohol to avoid vehicular accidents that are common at this time of the year. Oluwaseyi Adegoke was at the FRSC awareness campaign against drinking while driving at the Agege Motor Park in the state. The report.
As a move to guard against the frequent accidents that occur towards the end of the year, the Federal Road Safety says it will continue to inform road users on what to do to avoid them, especially drinking while driving. State Sector Commander Iginos Omeje says it is vital to inform people of what can help minimize the risk of road crashes at this time of the year.
For the past 7 years, we have carried on this campaign of don't drink and drive in major motorbikes in Lagos and other city centers of the country. And well, it's yielding positive results, even as there is still more distance to cover in the sense of compliance. Because these days we've discovered that, okay, you don't get to see the bottled alcoholic beverage being sold openly now, but they have repackaged it in another form. You now have it in sachets, and we are also tackling that issue of drinking it in sachets. That an average driver you now see licking something you think is an ice cream or something of that sort, but that thing is leaking, is just containing alcoholic beverages like Chelsea. So we have been tackling it in most motor parks. Well, there have been compliance, I said, but there is still more work to be done.
A medical doctor, Oluchikama Okafo, while speaking at the awareness rally, advised drivers to avoid all types of alcoholic drinks while driving.
As they should work. The person will work less or a little bit less than what they should be able to bring out. Now, what does the alcohol in the brain do to driving? When a person is driving and the person has alcohol in their brain, what does it do? It depresses the brain. It causes lack of concentration. It prevents the person from being able to make quick and rapid decisions.
Chairman of the National Union of Road Transport Workers, Agege Motor Park, Fatai Alimi, thanked the FRSC for the sensitization, while also confirming that the union has put measures in place to discourage drivers from drinking while driving.
Our lecture, both our executive member and our drivers, both our conductors, about drink alcoholics, we always advise them to caution himself about drink.
While the car continued with a series of awareness campaigns to help reduce the nation's accident statistics. Oluwaseyi Adegoke, CoreTV News, Lagos.
And that's it on CoreTV News at 7. Do join me again at 9:45 for the primetime news. Thank you for watching. I am Ebrulomo Adekunle.